Hello there, time for another house update video. Next week I'm going to a stag do in Cambridge, which I'm quite excited about. Going to probably drink a little bit too much and eat too much, no different to usual. But that means that next week's video will probably be, I might try and do a hotel review of the hotel I'm staying in Cambridge, just something a little bit different. Week after that, I'm actually going to Center Parcs on holiday, very exciting. So that week's video will be a Center Parcs vlog. But yeah, it's been a while since I did an update, and I thought maybe it's time to do one. Nothing's really changed in the office room. Nothing's really changed in my bedroom, which is completely overexposed. Still really happy. Well, my bed's not made. Shouldn't really have shown that, should I? Still really, really happy with those. There has been a change in the hall. This bedroom door has been changed, which is great. And also, it doesn't look good at the moment, but in the lounge, this door has been changed. We've got the glass panel door. Now, there's still plastic covering the glass, and I have painted the door, but I'm really not happy with the finish. So I used the end of a tin of satin paint from a few years ago, and it's left a very slight mottling on the door. The sheen on the door isn't equal all over the door, so I'm really unhappy with it. Basically, I'm going to sand it, not down to the bare wood, but just sand it so that it's smooth and then paint it again at some point. But I think it's coming together. It's still got a little bit of the 70s feel, but it's losing that 70s feel and just starting to do what I wanted, just look a little bit more modern and up to date. As we go into the kitchen here, I took off this piece of architrave, don't know if you can remember that. I stripped it completely, and now I've kind of primed it. There was a conduit down here for this plug socket down there. I got an electrician to come and remove it, and I've put some lining paper in to fill in the gap that it left. I've done some filling and sanding. I've got a little bit more work to do there, but again, it was a very small thing, but it just really bugged me that there was a conduit there, and I think it'll look much better when that's all painted and done. I'm so pleased it's all starting to kind of come together. And then in the kitchen, the horrible fire door's gone, and I've got a proper modern fire door in its place. I've got a new bin as well, and also slow close hinges that I've added. I think it's passable now. Oh, and the floor, not forgetting the floor as well. Yeah, I think it's passable now. I'm happy with the kitchen. And now everything's it was a bit messy in here for a while, but now it's a bit clearer. I kind of walk in and peek round into the kitchen, or bang into that, and I'm just kind of a bit happier with how it looks. So that's pretty well, I think, everything new in the hall. My plan is to kind of get on with the hall pretty soon. So something else I've done, I have actually, although I said I wasn't going to do it for quite some time, why have I started doing this? I've started stripping the tiles off in the bathroom, which has made a bit of a mess, but actually not as much of a mess as I thought it would. I'm probably going to tile it myself, actually put nice big tiles on there. But in order to have this partition removed and have kind of one big bathroom, I've got to have the asbestos floor tiles and asbestos ceiling removed, especially if I want new spotlights in the ceiling. So I got a couple of quotes from companies, and I've got a company coming out on, I think, something like the 7th of July to come and remove both of those, and that will leave me with no electrics in the bathroom and no ceiling in the bathroom. Bugger, but it'll allow me to take the wall out. I can then hopefully get the plumber to come and remove the radiator pipes from the concrete floor. I want him to double check, make 100% sure that he can fit new radiator pipes behind this door before I get it blocked off, and I invite the plasterer back to fill in this door hole, door cavity, whatever you want to call it, and put a new ceiling in. Then I can get the electrician to come back and put lights in there. So the whole bathroom renovation is going to cost quite a lot of money. Having the ceiling and the floor done is like $1,500. That's just having them removed because it's asbestos and because it's kind of a minimum pricing. But basically, I thought I'd invest that bit now and maybe a grand or two more to get the ceiling done and the pipes moved and all that. crucially, this door blocked off, because once this door is blocked off, I can get on with the hall. I really want to kind of tidy it up, paint it, and put the flooring down in here, because there's, when I'm kind of in these rooms here and I look over into the lounge and the other bedroom, I just think how nice it would be if the hall was just complete. So I think I'm going to try and concentrate on getting the hall done by the anniversary of moving in, which was like the end of September. And then bit by bit I can worry about the bathroom. So I can go and choose some tiles with Ellie and a bathroom suite with Ellie, start to tile it hopefully, and then just invite the plumber back to do things like remove the toilet while I tile behind it. Or maybe, and I think I could, to be honest, remove this myself, because I'm looking at the back, it's just kind of screwed pipey things, and it's screwed to the wall. But the shower, get him to come and do that, put a shower tray in or whatever, just do it bit by bit, but not leave me with no bathroom. So I don't want to be left without a toilet or without a way of showering for a long period of time. But that's kind of probably the completion of the bathroom is going to be after the anniversary, which I'm fine with. I just wanted to get the refurbishment done as quickly as possible, so that I'm not in a situation where I'm doing the last room and the first room needs doing again. I want to kind of feel like it's all been done within a similar time frame. Let's go into the lounge. So since I showed you last time, I've actually been to IKEA with Ellie. We had a nice day out. There's the door. Look how nice it looks. Imagine how nice it would look if it didn't have slightly frosty panes with paint all around them. So yeah, happy with that. But we replaced a few things. There was a little beach effect table there, which we replaced with this IKEA glass topped one, which is basically exactly the same thing, but white. We bought a big rug. That's a bit overexposed with my shoes on it at the moment. We bought a nice big rug to put on the floor. This was about £70. Big old rug. It's nice. I wasn't sure at first. The biggest problem with this rug is it's 100% wool and it molts like anything. You just find great big clumps of wool in the corner of the room. So finally I got the hoover out yesterday and hoovered it, and hopefully that will make a little bit of a difference. But I can still see like clumps, small clumps of wool fibres coalescing, and before you know it there'll be like little smaller rugs around the room. It's pretty bad. Oh, also the Beach Effect TV stand has gone. Now I'm not certain that this is that nice actually. I think I like it. It's fresh, it's new, and now when I look, I was quite attached to the beach one, but now when I look back at pictures of it, I'm not so sure it was that good. This is from IKEA. This is a kind of build it yourself thing where you get the kind of whatever you call a carcass, I don't know, cavity, whatever, and then you choose whether you have drawers in there, whether you have big cupboard doors or smaller cupboard doors. I went for big cupboard doors so that I could put my computer in one side, and my print, and I've got a printer and a shelf in there, so I've got some things on the top shelf in there as well. But you could have had smaller doors and a drawer at the top. You could choose the feet. I didn't choose these ones, they were the only ones they had in stock. I would have liked the rectangular ones, but in terms of putting the TV on, it's kind of the right size for this TV, because it is actually quite a big TV. I don't know if you can tell, it's like 55 inches or something. But yeah, it fits the TV. One word of warning for using it as a TV stand is that this is very top and front heavy. When you open the doors without a massive television on the top and without loading stuff inside, it does fall over. But I've checked it a lot now, and I've put weight on the doors even, because of course the last thing I want to do is open this and a great big television to fall off and smash on the floor. It's got quite a nice ambience. Oh, the mirror's brand new as well. I didn't show you that. There was a gold mirror up there before, which I've moved into the spare bedroom. A nice big mirror on top of the fireplace there. I'm really happy with the fireplace. I know a few people have seen it and, it is a bit old-fashioned, But the house is a little bit old-fashioned, and I think having the gas fire removed and having the floor around it, and crucially that darker beading that I put around the fireplace, I think I've got away with it. About 8 months have been in now, and yeah, really happy with it. I've been watching Big Brother 1. Year 2000, I watched Big Brother on a television capture card I had in my computer. I don't think I was watching it seriously, I just had it sort of in the corner while I was doing things on my computer. And I'm watching it again, and it's as good as I remember. And it's a bit sad, actually, because it makes you realise Big Brother got rubbish. You know, the characters just became a bit more extreme. Whereas in the beginning, they were a bit strange, some of them, and it was quite dramatic, but generally just kind of normal people, and they weren't aware of what Big Brother was, like, the impact it would have. So they were kind of acting a bit normal. They weren't sort of playing up to the cameras. So I really like it. So I'm about halfway through watching the entire first season of Big Brother, and I might watch the second season too. But the result is, and maybe it's just because I'm weird, but I'm sort of walking around feeling like I'm in Big Brother. Would I go on Big Brother if they relaunched it? I think I'd be mad to do it, but I think I would like to do it, but I don't think I actually will. Anyway, let's go in the garden. We bought some plants. I'm going to whisper a bit because I don't want my neighbours to hear. Plant pot down there. I think there's another one down there. Lots of ant traps. Had a big problem with ants for a while, but they're all gone now because I've killed them all with a bait station. I know that's harsh, but yeah, I think they had a nest or something underneath that door there because they were coming up through the floorboards. Great big, great loads of them. I might put a video in here so you can see how disgusting it was. You can't have that. Apparently the ants can eat concrete, so they can create great big cavities and cause a house to subside, I think. So I'm sorry, little anties, but I had to dispatch you, and I've done that most effectively. Sorry. Sounding a bit like a serial killer, which I suppose in a way I am now. So table and chairs out here. We had a barbecue yesterday. Look, there's my really unsavoury rusted barbecue. Isn't that, with spider webs? There was a funnel web spider dead, I think, in there. We washed that out. But yeah, first barbecue of the season. It was really, really hot, like 24 degrees. Windy, and it's windy now, actually. So it was really hard to get it lit, and Ellie's hair was blowing around all over the place. But had a really nice barbecue in the warm. Now, few things. The bins, that's exciting. So this is kind of, I planted a few extra things in here, but it's kind of just matured and got a bit bigger in the summer anyway, because it was looking quite sparse in the winter. A few plant pots are put in there. This, I actually got this spinny thing here. Got that from the National Trust yesterday. Went to Blickling Hall yesterday. Got that. Oh, look, it spins around quite a lot. Feel a bit sorry for that robin. Got that for, I think that was £18, and I had a gift voucher, so I had to pay like £9 for it in the end. Really happy with that. Let me take you to our vegetable patch. We've got huge numbers of potatoes coming up. We've got a different variety of potatoes coming up in the middle. We've got, I think, a courgette plant. Or might be cucumber. We've got tomatoes at the back as well, and another cucumber plant which doesn't look that well actually. We've got onions coming up along this side. We've got a fig tree at the back which looked just like a dead twig a few months ago, but has actually survived. So we're going to try and grow some vegetables, and we might expand this patch actually. I don't want a load of dead empty garden space, but it's quite enjoyable, quite therapeutic growing your own vegetables. So let me just show you, because you don't really see the garden that much. Could do with a bit of weeding. I'm forever weeding in the garden, but I think it's looking quite bright and colourful really, and a bit overgrown. So this thing here needs cutting, but I think it's kind of beyond me to cut it because it's too tall. I did manage to cut that so you can get to the water butt, but I probably need to get somebody to come in and just take the height of some of these things. Might do that at the end of summer in preparation for next year. My mint's looking a bit sorry for itself. This plant's being eaten by slugs. There's lots of colours. There's lots of weeds that are popping up. I've just spent hours out here pulling weeds up. One of the most frustrating things, as you can probably see, is there's a lot of grass growing here. I keep pulling it up, but unless you get it up by the root, it just comes back again. This grass is kind of taken though. I did this from seed because this was just a sort of dirt track. There's this weed that looks like a carrot that was everywhere, and I've tried to sort of pull them all up, but they just keep coming back. But actually they produce these, I don't know if you can see it there, they produce these really nice flowers actually, so I'm probably not going to bother next year pulling that up. But it does mean, God, that's different though. That's the same thing but with a completely different flower on. Isn't that weird? Probably not the same thing. Yeah, so I might leave some of them next year, but on the whole I think hopefully, you know, it's looking like quite a pleasant garden. It's certainly quite nice to sit in. I think it's southeasterly or southwesterly facing, so in the evening it's still really hot in the garden and really nice to kind of sit there and have a barbecue. Have you seen the back of the house? I don't know if I've ever actually shown you. I think that's really all I wanted to say. Just give you a bit of an update, explain where I am next week, tell you that I'm obsessed with Big Brother. Well, one more thing. I got these cheap lights from AliExpress. They're solar powered lights, great big battery pack in here. Don't know if you can see it. No, it's not. There we go. They've come on. Can you see that? They look really nice in the night, actually. Probably look better not clumped in a great big ball. I'm hoping to get like a pergola at some point or something. Anyway, what's my plan for this morning? I think this morning I am going to go shopping and buy a bird feeder because, oh, you want to see the garden a bit, there you go. Feeling a bit sorry for that. I feel a bit sorry for the birds that go to the bird house, whatever you call it, bird table over there, and there isn't any seed on it for them. And it'd be quite nice to have a feeder at one side of the garden to just bring a bit more wildlife into the garden. Just had bacon and eggs for breakfast, so feeling quite thirsty now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that little update. As I say, next week's video will probably be a hotel review. You never know, it might lead to another TV appearance. The Premier Inn programme was shown again. It's like the 4th time or something, I think it's been on TV. Wow, they really do like getting their money's worth, don't they, these television companies? Anyway, thank you to my loyal patrons who are scrolling down the screen now, especially George Foot, Magnanimous Meg, Jennifer Jones and Rob Van Eden. They're extremely generous patrons. See you next time for another video.